All right. We're here with revision, everybody. Howdy.
Oh, hell yeah. Welcome to WBPL 76. And we're talking. Def and I started a conversation
Yeah,
prior.
you guys were on the splash screen for way too long because we got talking about something.
We got talking about something that we both love and we're very passionate about. There is a TV show that is called Air Crash Investigation.
It's called Mayday.
Yeah, it's called. Well, okay, let me back up. It's called Many Things. Because every year or two, the airline lobby gets really mad and gets them taken off a show, and then it will show up again somewhere else. And so it's been on the Discovery Channel, it's been on National Geographic, it's been on the History Channel, it's been all over the place. And it's a show about the investigation of air crashes. So every episode starts with an air crash, and then it shows the investigation of how they did it.
Yeah.
And so we have both watched most of the episodes. Dev actually watches them on planes.
Yeah, I find it relaxing.
Yeah.
My seatmate never does.
Yeah. They're just like, oh. But no, I really enjoyed that show. I love how it has outlasted all the attempts to cancel it. Just largely because people find this shit interesting and want to know about it.
Yeah, it is infinitely interesting if you like how human factors factor into almost everything that we do. How mechanical issues are a lot more common than they really ought to be in something like the airline industry. Or just how things happen or go together.
I love, again, our favorites are typically, it's the pilot who's had like a million hours where he has to fly and he has no relief. And on the voice data recorder, you hear him say, "I'm so tired." And we're like, he's going to crash. we know that's what's going to happen.
Damn it, I just spit water all over my monitor.
But you know what I mean? Where the pilot will just be like, "Oh, boy, it's been a long day." And we're watching the episode going like, he's going to hit the mountain.
Yep.
And then the other ones that happen a lot are just like, well, the airline replaced this necessary screw with a toothpick, you know? And you see some interview with an airline expert who is like, yes, that was done back in the 80s and we don't do that anymore.
Yep. Toothpicks are not and have never been flight rated.
Yeah, and then you go see Boeing's door fall off or whatever, and you're like, right, because they've learned.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that all of the flights on there are 10 years or older.
Yeah, I think if they did a show on Boeing, they would probably be not on the air anymore.
The pilot took 15 amphetamines 5 minutes before taking off.
My favorite is when, like, there was that one where it was an Aeroflot flight, and this guy let his kid into the cockpit.
Yes.
And the kid just turned off the autopilot, and nobody noticed.
And the kid's like, the plane trying to fix it.
Yeah, because they had no idea that the autopilot was off.
Yeah.
And then they just flew into the ground. Like, this is a real show. It's just insane. Because you're like, oh my god, how would you not know that? Because I'm not a pilot. I'm just going to say that out loud. I am not a pilot.
Nor am I, clearly.
That being said, if there was an alarm in an airplane, I would be paying attention to it. I would have my full, undivided attention. There would be no pause where I went, what's that noise? I don't know. I would know every beep noise there was. I would just be like, oh, that's the thing exploding.
And if there was a beep I didn't recognize, I would be absolutely terrified.
I'd be on the radio. I'd be like, hey, I don't recognize this beep, and then I'd hold the headset up to it.
Tell me what this is. Oh, that's the MCAS. We didn't train you on that on purpose as a joke.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good show. There's a lot of fucked up parts, but it's a good show.
If they did an episode on the 737, the producers are going to die. That's a good pun, but all those guys already have golden parachutes. They're out of there.
My favorite, one of my favorites was, God, I want to say it was like that Alaskan Airlines flight where the jack screw, they had just, put in the wrong parts. And so the tail
and
just
beat
flopped
itself
over.
to death.
Yeah. And so, like, people are like, yeah, this happens. Like, that's the response. Yeah, this happens.
Yeah, that'll do. Oh, good lord. Good lord. Alright, since we're talking flight stuff, I'm gonna put on my pilot cap.
Of course, so you can Deus the X.
So I can Deus the X. No, I'm trying to get this to take on a crush. Is the reason why. So anytime I wear my headphones, I try to do it. Oh, this is, yeah, okay. I'm trying to break into the police station, right?
I believe that was on your list of things you were trying to achieve. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let's look at goals. Goals/notes. I guess he doesn't separate those in the notebook.
What if it was like goals? Go on a date. Goals: meet your future wife.
Okay. Wan Chai Market. Am I in the Wan Chai Market? It sounds like Wan Chai Market kind of music.
What, Chad, if you could think of helpful goals for BJ Senton, what would they be? What would your goals be? Okay, so Mayhawk says, goal 1, be the best man at my brother's wedding. Then a line crossing that out.
Nice.
Oops. Drink the master water cooler of New York City. The entire cooler.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about the big one, right? In the Statue of Liberty?
Gotta get that.
That'll be our Ghostbusters 2 moment.
Ghostbusters.
You know, when you know that the movie's gotten too ridiculous, when they walk the Statue of Liberty off Liberty Island.
Yeah, well, I mean, this game's kind of like Ghostbusters. They blew up the Statue of Liberty. That's different.
They did. I have drunk entirely too much to be handling a grenade.
Are you sure? I mean, you never know until you try. Miss all the shots you don't take. Michael Scott.
Wayne Gretzky. I think I missed the cop I was aiming for. God, this is such an awful drunk filter, whatever you want to call it.
It's the drunk filter.
It's the drunk filter.
It's not a good one.
I mean, it's fine for the era. It's passable. Anyone
Are you
else got
saying
an
that
inexplicable desire to reinstall Deus Ex?
You know, that's okay.
Reinstall? This is my first install.
Dev's never played it before.
I have not. The drunk filter for the drug mod in New Vegas is pretty good. I believe that. There's people that put a lot of time and effort and thought into New Vegas mods.
It's because it's worth modding.
It is generally worth modding. I have 50-ish mods right now.
50?
For New Vegas? I know, it's a little low for me.
I mean, I remember when you played that RimWorld and you basically turned RimWorld into an unwinnable game. Yes. I was like, why did you do this? And you were like, it makes RimWorld interesting.
You know, the fucked up thing is, even with all those mods, I still got bored before, I really did anything with it.
I beat RimWorld once when it was like an alpha,
Yeah.
and that's it. That's pretty much it.
It's fine, but man, it's so tedious to get to the, collect your rocket parts stage. Or the go to the rocket stage.
Yeah, I went to the rocket and just boarded it and left. I was like, is this what you're supposed to do? And everyone's like, that ruins the game. And I'm like, oh. Seems like an in-game goal.
It's locked. I may be in danger.
Why are you in danger?
Something
what
about
happened to your
starting
legs?
a gunfight with... Oh, I've still got them. I'm just not using them right now. Saving them for later.
Saving your legs for later?
Yep.
Later legs, not now legs.
Not now legs, no.
Alright.
God, that alarm's annoying. Huh, see? There we go. Problem solved. Alright, I'm thinning the herd.
Thin the herd!
And problem solved. I know. We're gonna hack the PR China.
Hell yeah. Is that where China does their PR?
I guess. God, I hope not.
PRChina.com.
PR China.
Are you worried about your social credit? Go to PRChina.com.
That sounds entirely too believable. Alright.
PR China for all your social credit inquiry needs.
Hmm. Eight 7-3-4-2.
8734209. I know that's not the song, but that's why I said it.
Yeah, no, 100%. Okay. This is interesting. There's a flamethrower there. There's a lamp.
Is it your flamethrower or is it a flamethrower?
Well, let's see what I can drop. I do have the plasma rifle.
Yeah, you do have that. Have you used it much, or are you just not really a fan of it?
It's fine. Mostly it's just big.
As we know, that is the chief good aspect of a weapon system. You know, big.
Big.
That's why the 202 flash is they never got rid of it. They were like, oh, it's big.
It's big. It's rather large. Quite girthy.
They actually didn't get rid of those. They still have them. They're like, oh well, they're cool enough for movies, guys.
They are at that. So I was told that you can pull the rockets out of those and replace them with F-72 law rockets.
That is correct.
You just have to solder the wires.
Implying you would solder. I'm sure it would just be a bunch of twisting of bare-ass wires in the field.
Yeah, no, probably. So you could make one with any combination of explosive and incendiary rockets.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure there is a manual to do this appropriately, and it says, you must solder this joint. You have to solder that, and you must never use the wrong XYZ. And then there's what American infantrymen will do, which is just like bite the end off the wires and braid them.
Yeah. Weapon modification, reload. Oh, there's a law and a hazmat suit. I don't use hazmat suits. No reason why, just don't like them.
I just don't care for them. Hazardous materials, not for me. Not for me, man.
I really want that law.
It is a law.
It's a law. The long arm of the law. Is this my objective? No.
Look, you've done an excellent job infiltrating. I'm going to use the air quotes on that.
Yes. We're here, aren't we?
Yes. I mean, I just have to ask, why does the police station have a law rocket?
You know.
I mean, you're a cop. Why would your armory have a law rocket?
Because we found it.
And you wouldn't get rid of it? You'd just be like, well...
So, we have a cowboy action collection that's worth somewhere north of $1 million in our evidence.
Is that just from arrests over the years?
No, that was all one specific collection. Guy's father had passed it down to him, and then he was using it as collateral in exchanges for hard drugs. And got caught. So it got seized. And in the time that was all going through the appeals, Kansas changed its laws because a certain large city was selling every Saturday night special that came through their hot little hands about as soon as they could. So that now the only thing we can do with those weapons is destroy them. So they just are carried on the evidence receipt every year so that they do not get destroyed.
I mean, that's nice.
Until we can figure out something more fitting to do with such a collection.
Yeah, I'd hate to see them all destroyed.
Yeah, so... Let's see, maybe these guys have the evidence on them. Do you have the evidence?
So I asked, what would you need a law? And chat responded with, for lawful purposes.
All lawful purposes. Good God.
Very
that
lawful.
Robot seems really angry that I murdered all the cops.
Well, what did you do? You murdered his friends.
I did.
That's against robot law.
His friends, his coworkers.
Robot law is very serious.
It is.
There's only 3 of them, though.
And the people who hold his kill switch. He's now truly free. I have emancipated the bot.
I don't think he's going to see it that way.
You don't?
I think robots are very ungrateful. Gratefulness is a human trait. I don't think a robot would say thank you for freeing me. I think it would be like, error.
Friendswithhuman.exe not found.
Morality not found.
Okay, so where the fuck is this evidence? Like, this is clearly the place I'm supposed to be, right?
You are very clearly doing things correctly. I couldn't think of another way you would do things differently.
I have to close that? It's closed. Why do I have the pepper thing? Drop it. Non-lethal you. Okay, maybe I just have to go back to talk to Maggie Chow again.
You've been very thorough in this destruction of this place. I'm sure they will not mind.
The code worked, so clearly this is where I was supposed to be, right?
Imagine saying that to the enemy. Like, there guys sitting there bleeding out, and you're standing over them with a gun, having drunk, like, 8 or 9 water coolers dry while he's sitting there, and you're like, the code works, so this is the right... Yeah, you're like, the code works, so this is the right place, right? And he just stares at you. Because you've killed like 800 of his friends at this point.
Oh, yeah. Mmm. 8 gallons of orange soda.
No. Don't drink or eat gallons of orange soda. Don't do it.
I did it.
That's like something your character does in, oh god. What is that detective game, Inch High Private Eye? Shadows of a Doubt?
Yes, that's a very Shadows of a Doubt solution. And there,
yeah,
I just restarted that stream for you.
Thank you. I remember my favorite thing in Shadows of a Doubt was, walking into a murder scene and drinking like a quart of milk.
And then throwing it.
Yeah, throwing up all over the murder scene.
Yep.
Like that's
I'm not a
that's
good
one of my favorites.
Not a good detective, but I am effective.
I am an effective detective. We're gonna listen to Sad FM.
Cannot wait for modding to work well in that game.
God, I cannot imagine what you'll get up to in that. That actually kind of scares me. Like, what are you gonna do?
Well, for one, I want a fucking gun. None of this about pacifist shit.
Yeah, I think that a gun would probably help.
Gunfights
significantly
in that hellhole of a city would be very interesting.
A gun would be interesting, I agree.
Since the entire fucking world is packing in that game, and they will draw on you for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, like you'll throw mustard at the lady at the local diner, and she'll just pull out a 12 gauge, and she's like, "Yeah, now what?"
And before you can get out of the seat, she's blown you in half.
She's very serious about the no littering.
She is. They all are.
They're all very incredibly serious.
Place?
They're all incredibly serious there.
Very serious people. Very dour. No fun.
Yeah, it seems like a really unpleasant city. Every city we've made in there. I remember one time we made one where there was, because it is all random, I remember making one that was all pawn shops and diners. And it made me uncomfortable because I'd actually lived in a place that was like that. And I was like, this is not for me.
It is time to sip water, for the day is warm and full of beans.
Oh no.
Well, I'm just trying to heal my legs with orange soda, you know?
Of course.
Can't a man have a dream?
Can't a man have a dream? Gotta drink that soda to become strong.
I drank all the water already. Oh, here's another police station. Did I hit the wrong one?
Look, you're doing your job. You're helping.
I may have attacked the wrong police station.
You're helping, right? That's what this is about. You're a helper.
Don't mind me, officer. I'm just taking everything off your shelves and putting it in the pockets of my armored trench coat. The only non-resident in the city right now.
You're not a bad person. You just play one.
Orange pop.
Why do you call it pop?
I can't drink any more of these.
Is it starting to kill your kidneys?
Oh no, my pocket was full. My soda pocket.
Your soda pocket.
Yeah. Pop is from when I was a kid.
Because I know some people say pop, and some people say soda.
And I interchange them like a madman.
That's not right, and you know it.
Yeah, I do. There's a lot of alcohol here. Oh, but the 40s are behind the locked case. I see how it is.
They know you. You just casually pick up alcohol and put it in your pockets.
Oh, here's some that aren't behind the case. Who even are you?
I'm closing soon. Sorry.
That's fine.
That would be, if I had to put a subtitle on this game, that would be it.
I'm
Who even
closing
are
soon,
you?
sorry. Oh, yeah, who even are you? This is Who Are You the game. No email today. Alright, thank you for letting me look in your email.
The poor guy's like, please don't murder me and drink all my water.
Oh, I stole his wet floor sign. We'll just put that in front of the police station.
It sounds like a great idea.
Water fountain. So I legitimately have healed one of my legs with all of the orange soda.
This is wrong and you know it. This is horrible.
This is peak gameplay.
Bully Bravo says, I just want to say drink, but I was born in the South.
Well, yeah, so you've got drink Southerners, and then you've got Coke Southerners.
Yep, I was part of the country where everything was Coke. Hey, can I get a Coke? Pepsi, okay?
Yeah.
My grandfather didn't like it when they said that. He'd been to war, and he brought that up a lot. Like, I've been to war, and I didn't, XYZ for no goddamn Pepsi.
Yeah.
He took it seriously, and I found out why. It was because Coke gave free Coke to the guys in the trenches. And so he was a Coke man. Because,
Yeah.
in Bastogne, he had a Coke. So he was like, hell yeah, I'm a Coke guy. Fuck this Pepsi stuff. He's like, I'm a Dapper Dan man.
They were cutting him and laughing and stabbing their swords.
Yeah, no, she doesn't have anything to tell me.
She has nothing to tell you.
Nothing to
What a
tell
shame.
me. Just, normal tell me. Dude, I think I just bopped my head against that glass thing. Alright, I'm trying to find the back way into the police station, and I'm not. So that means two things. Either I'm not supposed to get in here, or I just have to go through the front door.
Well, I mean, you've not been exactly subtle so far.
I'm out of lockpicks, though.
Oh. Yes, because that would stop you.
It says door strength is infinite, so it actually will. It's locked too. God damn you, shopkeeper, locking your door.
That's why I love Arcanum. You can just wait till they go to sleep.
Ooh, water.
Advance time till they go to sleep and stand in the corner. And they're like, what are you doing? And you're like, nothing.
Alright, I'm gonna close up shop now.
You're like, good. I mean, yes, I understand.
It's out of water.
That's pretty much your whole character at this
It
point.
crashed. I
It
drank
crashed.
too much water.
You drank too much water, and it crashed. Stay hydrated. Kill game.
Waterboarded the game. That was a load-bearing water cooler.
Yeah. It doesn't like it. Now older games are like this. So we're used to it now.
Yeah. No, this is fine. Yeah, no, I don't need to run it in safe mode.
What is
How many?
safe mode,
All of
really?
them. Even what you're about to say, the answer is yes. Damn, the water fountains, all empty. The ATMs too. He's always one step ahead of us.
It's not wrong.
The water fountain ATM thief.
I mean, not wrong. I mean, it works. You steal like $100 and a few gallons at a time. I think that's a win-win.
Bucket on the head, 5-finger discount.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
All right, let's do this. Diggs asks, is that Sheriff and Mr. Testicle? Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
Mr. Testicle.
Mr. Testicle. Hello, Testicle of the Black Pant Legion here.
87342.
87342. What will this magically open?
Come on, go down. Down the hole. Down the hole. I don't think they gave up. Yep.
You're gonna need a lot more orange juice.
I'm gonna need a lot of orange juice. Are they opening that? No.
You're gonna need a lot of orange juice. You gotta heal them legs.
All the orange juice. And maybe a flamethrower. Get out of here.
Gotta get you that orange juice and flamethrower grind set.
I do indeed. In the meantime, let me drink 840s.
Oh, of course. Why not? Why not 840s? You certainly won't regret drinking 840s.
Nobody ever really does, do they? Oh, yeah, there we go. Let me read this data pad. Data for the data vault, blood for the blood god.
How fucked are your legs? That's a question. Let's ask that.
They're up there.
They're up there.
They're up there. They're orange, solid, proud orange.
Solid orange.
Solid orange.
I don't think your legs are supposed to be orange.
Well,
Solid or otherwise.
They feel kind of orange today.
Imagine if there was a leg chart for a hospital, and it's like, where do your legs feel today? And you just point to the orange.
Yeah. That's exactly how it goes. I refuse to use that med kit, though.
Why?
Because it's beneath me.
I don't know. It might save you some money, or time,
or
legs. Health.
Did they turn orange from all the soda?
Imagine if you went in and your legs are broken, and you ask your doctor that. Did they turn orange from all the soda? Do you think they're gonna do a 24-hour hold at that point?
No, I think they'd just look at you and move on.
I don't think most doctors would actually acknowledge what you said. Not in this country.
840s, 320 if you will. 840-ounce bottles comes out to 2.5 gallons of alcohol.
That's a lot of alcohol.
Now, it says Colt 45 on the bottle, so it may actually be 45-ounce 40s. I don't know.
We give you extra 5 ounces for larceny.
Oh god, no, let me off this. Yep, there we go. It let me off the stairs. Cool. Let me just, get in here. That sounds like a stomach pumping. I think that might be diabetes.
Yeah, maybe. What about livabetes, huh? Let's try to maintain some positivity. Livabetes.
Yeah. Good old livabetus.
I don't know, man. It's not really a dark cyberpunk future without 40s, right?
Some people live by the beatus, some people die by the beatus.
That is, good God. That's horrible.
Okay.
Live by it, die by it.
In the end, I'm the guy with the gun, or whatever.
That or whatever really makes it special.
It does, doesn't it? There's a little something, something to that.
Little something, something, you know.
That sounds crazed and binged.
That does sound crazed and binged. I don't like that at all.
On ATM.
All right, here we go.
I need to put more money in my account for orange sodas.
God, just leave the soda alone. You don't need all this soda. You don't need it.
Did you see anything odd prior to the massacre? Well, there was this one guy who bought like 10 sodas from one machine.
Good Lord. Can you imagine that? Like some guy punches the button 10 times, 10 sodas come out, and then he just stands there and drinks them all, and then looks uncomfortable, and then walks away. Like, just looks absolutely uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, no, like that was a painful thing, but he had to do it. Like it's a mix of pain and determination.
You know, that would be actually really hard now that I think about it, drinking that much cola.
Yeah, especially shotgunning it like that.
Yeah, as hard as you could. That's incredible.
Is the orange soda in the room with us now? Yeah, there's about 3 gallons of it in my belly.
That's too much orange soda.
It's out of water.
That is way too much orange soda.
You're not a real store. I can't steal things from you.
You're not a real store. Imagine saying that out loud at somebody at like Safeway. That's not a real store.
The orange soda is surprisingly high quality and yet very easy to steal. Another of God's little tests.
Is it really, though? Is it really a test?
Excuse me, I can't hold any more orange soda.
Can't hold anymore.
No, I had to clear the pocket.
The orange soda pocket.
The orange soda pocket, yes.
I'm horrified that we're out of context. We sound like those NPC channels. My orange soda pocket is full. You're just gonna drink all that orange soda till your leg's fixed, aren't you?
Yep.
God damn it.
So my leg's fixed, but I'm debating what happens if I drink all the alcohol in this store at once.
Alright, please save.
Good point.
Because it might just crash.
Alright, we're gonna need to give myself some room, so we'll drop the grenades. I won't need those for the moment.
Just guy comes into your liquor store.
Starts making room in his pockets. We'll drop the med kit too.
I mean, I love all the work that's going into this, but it doesn't make me feel better.
Doesn't?
It makes me kind of worried.
Oh, hey, inventory priorities. Carry every kind of alcohol in your inventory at once.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so we've got all the 40s.
Yeah, hold on. We're gonna smoke them too.
Oh, of course. Of course, why not?
Okay. Let's put them all in my hot bar. Oh, they're already there. All right. Oh god. Nope, I want that. Yep. No, gimme, 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 gimme.
This doesn't look good.
No, we're fine. We're fine. We're still in the game.
Are we?
Oh man, that is awful zoomed in, isn't it?
Yeah.
I would like the 40, please.
Says the person who's wobbling around the room. Who's interacting with average objects, just normal objects, like someone does in the Crane game sense.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong. Let me go ahead and pick up my grenades here. Got all of them? I believe so. Thank you for your patronage, good sir.
You're a monster.
I am a master thief. I stole
You
all
drink-
that alcohol.
You're just like, where's the crime? Where's the crime, you say, as you just, like, fumes come out of your mouth.
Is it a crime to read a book in the library?
It's just... It's so bad.
Now, how do I get in this police station?
One drugs, please.
This is lasting longer than it normally does.
Doctor Who says he once denied a wine sale to a guy so drunk he used his car fob to try to pay for his wine.
Yeah.
When I was driving across America, I drove through Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed there was, as I was driving across Missouri, I noticed there
Is it
was
abundance of liquor stores?
a huge amount of liquor stores. And they sell liquor everywhere.
Yes.
But the thing that I actually noticed, which kind of was interesting to me, was that I kept seeing this sign as I was driving across Missouri, and it was like, in 10 miles, this world-famous winery, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, I mean, I'll just ask Chat. Chat, you do have internal dialogue and monologue, right? Like, I'm not the only person who has that, where I ask myself questions while I go around and do stuff. I'm not the only person who does that. Please tell me I'm not, like, turbo
You're not,
crazy.
yes.
You know, all right, that's good. Because, yeah, my brain...
But Apex, does your brain talk to you in your voice or somebody else's?
My brain talks to me in my voice, but it talks to me like it knows better. Right? It just goes, don't do that. Like, my brain will tell me not to do stuff. It will just say, don't do that. You're going to hate this. Or don't eat that. You're not in good health. Don't eat that. You will die. Like, my brain will just say stuff like that. So I'm driving, I'm driving the only car I ever miss, like ever genuinely miss, which was an '89 Toyota Corolla with a carbureted engine. Still miss that car. Driving the only car I ever miss, and I'm... This is weird.
All right, we've come out the other side of the Great Drunk, so I'm gonna save.
Okay, good man. You just gotta get that all done. So I'm driving along, and I see this sign, and it just says wines, like world famous winery. Mm-hmm. And as you know, I am perhaps what you might call well read and somewhat well traveled.
Yeah.
So my brain goes, fact check. When have you ever heard about the wines of Missouri? Like, ever.
The Missouri vineyards?
Ever, at any point, have you ever heard about the wines of Missouri? In any of your travels? Have you ever been to a party and someone said, oh, you have to try this Missouri wine? Never. My brain went, no, this isn't real. And so I kept seeing another sign. Because, you know, it's easy to buy a sign on the side of who gives a fuck in America.
Yeah, on the side of I-70.
It's easy. I mean, it's easy to buy signs.
You got 3 signs across Missouri. You've got Lion's Den and then telling you how far to the exotic showers. You've got Fear God, Abortion Bad, and you've got the winery signs. Those are the signs on I-70 in Missouri.
So my brain just kept like short-circuiting, just being like, no, no, that's not that's not real. You can't go, no. And so I'm just driving, and I go, well, that's probably the only sign I'm gonna see. But I was wrong, for there was another sign. And so I drove in another mile, another sign, Wines of Missouri. And I went, okay, they've got some money. Because 2 signs in Missouri? You know.
That kid is a 5 o'clock shadow.
Well, it's a hard life in Hong Kong, man.
That kid's got Paul's face.
Well, you know, I mean, they say that's part of trauma. You see your loved one's faces everywhere you go. Isn't that right? No, that's not right. You actually forget what they look like.
I got an achievement for that.
What? Bashing the kid?
Yes.
Well, that's great. Notice how no one cares.
Even the shopkeep was like, yeah, he was being a dick.
Yeah. I mean, dude, life is cheap. So, I drive and I see a 3rd sign.
Yeah.
And it says, like, Wines of Missouri. And so, it is hot. Yeah. The American South is just hot. It is oppressive heat.
I've always considered Missouri to be almost subtropical. The only place that I've felt heat like that was Georgia.
Yeah, and I was driving through it,
it's like maximum humidity and still 98 degrees.
Oh, it's miserable. Oh, it's miserable. Yeah. So and the air is still.
Yes, there's no wind because there's such a dense wooded like climate that there's no wind that can get started. In Kansas, it's always windy. There's nothing to stop it.
Yeah, people go crazy from the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so...
Prairie Madness sucks.
Prairie Madness, as they used to call it. So, here's the weird.
What the fuck is this bitch's tower?
So, I see Wines of Missouri, like 5 times. Like 5 times, Wines of Missouri, Wines of Missouri, Wines of Missouri. And my brain goes, this isn't real, and then I keep seeing it. So, I must preface this. This car that I missed did not have air conditioning. And it was 115 degrees with 100% humidity. I have all 4 windows cranked down, and I'm driving at 50 miles an hour. Even then, I start to notice my car is not having a good time because it's a carbureted engine, so I'm starting to get some vapor lock. And I said, I need to let my car cool down for like an hour, right? So I pull off, and there is a gas station. and I pull off the gas station. Off the side of the gas station, there is what you would call in your lexicon a crick.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to the crick, and I take my shoes off, take my socks off, and I put my feet in the lukewarm water. And I go, it feels so nice. And I'm sitting there, and I have a towel, and I mop the towel in the cool, clear water, and I like put it around the back of my neck. And I look up, and it's the winery. And I said, no. Like, fate cannot have brought me here, right?
Yeah.
So I rebel like you do. And I leave. I just leave. I'm like, no. So I have to stop for gas right before leaving Missouri. I pull off at a gas station, right?
Mm-hmm.
I pull off at the gas station. I fill my car up. I check my oil. I do all the things you do on a long road trip. I check that tire pressure like an old man. I fill it up with premium because it's an old car and I loved it. I have my cigarette because I used to smoke cigarettes back then. And I'm like, all right, time to get on the road. I go to pay for my gas. And at eye level, oh, there's the cool sword. It's a sword. You don't have a sword. You have a fucking lousy crowbar. You need the sword.
I do need the sword.
Yeah. It's the sword. You need to move your stuff around. So, at any rate, I'm at the gas station.
Yep.
And at the gas station, I walk up to pay. And as I am in line to pay, I look to the left and the right of the cashier. And there is, I shit you not, that wine. So the lady says, anything else for you? At that point. Anything else for you? And I blink, and I said, yeah, I'll have some of this. And I picked up the wine. And she said, oh, that's world famous, don't you know? And I said, yeah, I saw the signs. And she starts telling me the history of this winery, and I just left, like mid-conversation. Like, I don't need to hear this. So, I finish my move. This was 2017. I finish my move. I bring the wine to the house I'm staying at, because I was staying at a friend's house for a few weeks before I, found my own place. And I said, I bought this weird wine. I tell the saga of the wine. And their question to me is perhaps the most poignant question. How much did that cost?
It's a good question.
Would you care to take a guess?
$10.
$4.70 with tax.
Oh, good lord.
It was a passable rosé.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the worst wine I've ever had.
Yeah.
But I would have never thought that, Missouri.
Missouri wines. So I told you about the winery out here, right?
Oh, God, yeah. You should tell that for chat. That's a good story.
What the fuck?
Oh, no. They're going to have a sword fight. Let them sort it out before you get involved. No, looks like one side won. Maybe you should go talk to him. I think those guys might have been on your side.
Oh, you think so?
It's all right. You're sorting it out.
I am.
It's Knife Fight City, Deb. Oh man, you cheated.
I did. I was tired of circle strafing. Oh yeah, these are Luminous Path Triad. I forget which one that is.
Well, one of them was on your side.
Oh,
One of them.
was he really though?
That's a fair question. So, the winery story.
So the winery. So we've got this winery out here that's changed hands like 8, 9 different times, right?
Yeah, there's always a business or a restaurant or a diner that's had like 10 deaths.
Well, it's funny you should mention that because
Oh god.
this winery specifically, its most recent change of hands caused a little bit of a stir.
Uh-huh.
Because they had an employee who decided to go out on their own terms.
Right.
And the way that they chose to do that was to set themselves on fire in the lobby.
Right. That's an interesting choice.
It's certainly a statement.
Right.
So the owners were understandably not very keen on keeping the business after that.
Well, naturally.
So they sold it. They sold it pretty quickly. And the new owners took that winery and they understood what had happened there, and they decided that the best name for it was the Prairie Fire Winery.
That sounds like something we would do in Parkitect. I'm not gonna lie.
And it's so awful. It is so unbelievably awful.
Have you tried their wine?
No. No.
What? Why?
Because they're all the way down on 70.
Not because of any moral issue, just like, well, they're a bit far away.
Intrigued, yes. Enough to go deal with them? No.
I have a question for you.
Am I still wanted? Is that what that little... Yes. I'm still wanted.
I have a question for you. And this
Okay.
is a question for all of chat. How far would you go for a hamburger? I think that's a good question.
My answer is, approximately 30, 40 minutes.
40 minutes. You would go 40 minutes for a hamburger.
The closest burger to me.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you had OK Burger near you, would you drive 40 minutes?
Oh, okay. You mean like for Better Burger?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go to town for Better Burger.
Go to town.
For
I love
Better
how
Burger? Yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
I
for Better
love
Burger.
how the term is go to town, like you're in a covered wagon.
It's not quite that bad, but it's somewhere around there. Alright, so it turns out that hitting the traffic cops with a sword gets you attention, and then that attention doesn't go away just because you went around the corner.
Oh, how weird.
Please.
That's fucking bizarre.
Where the fuck is this late tower?
Do you want to do business in Wang Chai?
We already have an arrangement with the Luminous Path.
Do you want to do business in Wang Chai?
I will not be threatened.
Don't think the Luminous Path can protect you.
Get out now!
Problem solved. No. No. I was doing good.
You were doing good. How much good were you doing?
Like in the Superman sense, I was doing good.
Oh, just by being around?
Yeah, that guy gassed himself.
Didn't you tell me that happens all the time with CS anyways?
It does, but it's funny when it happens in a video game.
That's
JT
fair.
vented. This is the crowbar of justice. Stop shooting me.
I don't think that's how that works. I don't think you can just tell people to stop shooting you. I think they're shooting you for very good reasons.
I just stomped that cat to death.
Well, I mean, you are a monster. Like, the things your character does doesn't surprise me. It's played by you.
Yeah, that was not my intended goal. I did not set out to stomp a cat to death.
I don't mean to stomp cats, but what happens, happens.
I didn't cat for this. Alright, so where the fuck? There's a police station I broke into.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like a sane and normal person.
Like a sane and normal person. I broke into that fucking police station. Now I'm looking for a tower. The Queen Tower.
Please, look around.
I will not. I refuse. Alright, I won't intervene in the strong arm attempt by the people I don't like. You're named, but I can't interact with you. So, moving on, I guess. Can't go in there.
Oh, God.
I'm just making my way downtown.
Making my way downtown?
Trying desperately to find the correct tower.
I don't think those are the lyrics to the song.
No. See, they're all marked green.
Just wait. Just don't get involved. This isn't for you. Oh, man. See? Now they don't care.
That doesn't mean they were on my side.
Well, does your character have a side? Let's begin there. Does your character really have a side?
DJ Senton's side is his own.
Okay.
His ways are not to be understood.
His ways are not to be understood, like, on purpose?
No, I think that's just the code he lives by. Knife Fight City, Blades of Hong Kong.
I would watch that.
They're on a side that is not yours. God, I've
By the
done
way,
it in a
if you want to join a fun community, the Black Pants Legion Auxiliary is out there. That is the Black Pants Legion public-facing Discord. You can join that by typing !Discord in the chat and saying hi to people. That being said, I'm working on something. We're going to have a special series of podcasts on the BPL podcast. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask anybody in the Black Pants Legion or anybody in the Aux in a 60-second recorded bit, and it cannot be longer than 60 seconds, give me their Hollywood elevator pitch for a Knife Fight City movie. And then we have to decide, like, as the studio, whether we'd make it or not.
Oh, so this is gonna be, you know, Tank Shark or whatever the fuck that show is.
Shark Tank?
Shark
Tank
Tank.
Shark? I like Tank Shark. That's like something we'd make in Sprocket. It's like we put treads on a great white. Why? Well, it's scary. Look how mad it is.
It's both scary to the shark and to anybody that encounters the shark.
Yeah, like the shark's freaking out. I mean, the enemy's got to be freaking out too.
Good lord, look at that skybox. That's
isn't that wonderful? That's really they spent hours on that. That's amazing.
I don't think I'm finding my way to the tower by going down. The shark is packing a 20mm autocannon. Yeah, with auto loader loading it.
Why not? Oh god, that fucking poor guy. Auto loader.
Auto loader. He's a professional, man.
I really
the
wish that wasn't
skybox
a
puts
thing.
the immersive in immersive sin.
I mean, that's true to a point, but the skybox, it hurt. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is we'll come up with a prompt, so it's not just do a knife fight city movie, but be like, hey, this movie's got to cost less than $500,000, right, all in, and you have to give us, who's gonna be in it, how you're gonna cut corners, how you're gonna make it cheap, how you're gonna do the special effects. You just have to give me your
All
60
in under
second.
a minute.
Yeah, you got to give me your 60-second pitch. It's got to be action-packed. It's a 60-second Hollywood pitch. You got to do it right.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna work with Miss Tong. Whatever.
And $500,000 is not a lot of money right now in film.
No, God, $500,000 like won't even buy you all the film you need.
That's the thing, is that film used to be a lot cheaper at some point, because you'll find people like Robert Rodriguez, who got his start literally just, I think it was like $10,000.
Yeah.
It was not a lot of money.
Okay. God, they've got a lot of RoboCops here. Robert Cop.
See, everyone's starting to come up with ideas.
Fuck yeah!
Knife Fight City, Animal Farm. Some blades are more equal than others.
Oh no. Okay, Maggie Chow. Okay, so I can go to the Lucky Money Club? I swear I was just there.
You're doing really well.
I don't feel like I'm doing very well.
You are alive, you're asking questions, and you're walking around. That is more than most people achieve in Deus Ex. Most people get on the controls, and they go, doesn't move like Half-Life, and then uninstall.
Well, I grew up in this era of gaming. I'm normal. You know, this shit's normal.
You are far from normal, but I get what you mean.
Let me in!
I love how that person's just sitting there and choosing not to look at you.
Yeah, that is something, isn't it?
That does make me feel like this is realistic. They're like, don't look at the pores. Just don't do it.
Many fine restaurants buy their meats from me. Have you visited the Lucky Money, for instance? It's below the market in mall.
Thank you, Mr. Butcher.
The market will close.
Dude, look at that guy's facial hair.
What about it?
He's got Burnside sideburns.
Yeah, he's awesome.
They connect to his mustache.
The Triad
And they're badass. Are you saying that shouldn't be a thing? Are you saying that the future doesn't have sideburns?
I find it hard to believe that future cops have sideburns of that magnitude.
What is a reasonable amount of magnitude for sideburns?
Like Elwood Blues, maybe.
Oh, so you can't like
I can't
Ambrosius
even.
Cousteau.
Oh God, no! I can't even Elwood Blues. I'd get in trouble.
That's because your department's no fun.
Yeah,
They won't let you carry the Peacemaker.
I have a maximum and a minimum hair length that I have to abide by.
This doesn't sound like America, Deb. This sounds wrong.
The Lucky Money. I am entering the Lucky Money. Well, maybe I'm not. Let me in.
Leather boots. For you, 25 credits.
I'd eat at a diner called Lucky Money.
There you go.
I'd be like, hey, let's go to Lucky Money. That sounds like a good name for a diner, actually.
Jesus Christ. That's how you introduce people to the club?
Not everyone's a professional, Deb.
She's supposed to be. There's a lot of alcohol here.
Oh no.
Good evening. Hello there.
Stuffy suit.
Do you know a man named Max Chen? Of course I know Max. A terrific fella. Do you know where I can find him? In the back room. He runs the whole Red Arrow from here. Hey, you're not with the police, are you? I'll tell you later.
Hello.
I'll tell you later is an awesome answer to that.
I'm not your type.
I love how your character just gets away with shit. Nobody says, this guy's the reason why this is all happening.
If there's a job, I get it.
What kind of job?
Just back off.
Those are great sideburns, though.
Those are pretty good sideburns, yeah.
And I need a cash.
Tough luck.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna get them back and unlock into their computer. It's
Yeah, those are good. That's like a noble character from the Dune setting. That's what that looks like to me.
Quick stop cashier doing working for
Like, yes, he's in the whale fur market. I didn't know whales had fur, but Dune told me they do.
They could, if you think hard enough.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, whatever. Oh, the mirror! I think I found the back room.
Did you?
Excuse me, sir. This
Did
room
you
is
find the
only
back
for
room?
patrons. I suggest you leave.
It's okay. I'm here to see Max Chen. He'll expect me.
An American. I hope he likes what you have to say.
Well, I ran through the one-way mirror and broke it, so yeah. I think I found it.
I just love that that's how your character dealt with it. Being like, yeah, no, I found the back room. Kool-Aid Man's through a window. It's probably a bulletproof window, too, so the guys in there are, like, freaking out.
Probably.
So when the guy says, like, this is closed, he probably says it with a stutter. It's like, but this is closed, and you're like, no, I'm a robot. Your guy just says that, even though he's like a bio-augmented guy.
Turn off the cameras.
It sounds like a Nightmare Police training scenario, where it's just like, the guy emerges through a plate glass window, and then turns off all the cameras patiently. What do you do?
Then I gave him the old back. Never fails.
Well, I mean, just take care of the other windows. Drop that. I don't need it anymore.
It's too dangerous now. Stop complaining.
Let me go ahead and save now that I've obtained sword again.
I've obtained sword.
You must be Max Chen.
So?
I talked to a member of the Luminous Path. They claim to know nothing about the missing sword.
Are you calling me a Raya?
I was just
Oh
wondering.
wow,
why you're so certain.
that's an accent.
My good friend and predecessor was murdered for the Dragon's Tooth. Don't split hairs with me.
Say your business and go.
Yeah, excuse me, I just need to get on your computer here.
For personal reasons.
Check my email, you know. Daedalus.
Who does this American think he is?
Your bodyguards didn't do shit. Medkit. Chunko honey.
I love Chunko honey. I don't understand why people are so anti-Chunko honey.
Yeah, neither do I.
Has two things I love, chunk and honey.
They must be
Yeah.
close to a breakthrough.
Sometimes they don't give you as much chunk as you want.
Something fundamental. I saw gods in
Kind of disappointing.
I think it's just the
You know, I just realized that this bottle of wine is like a 2-gallon bottle.
The future's pretty dark.
VersaLife already has the best security.
People need that gallon of wine.
Game programmer friend in Texas offered me 1,000,000 credits for 1 hour on the UC.
People need that reassurance in life.
They do.
They need to know that they have a very good rate of, bottle to gallon ratio.
I ask what you were talking about.
You with the company?
It just sounded interesting. Troops at a corporation.
Not your affair. Please do not intrude.
Oh, you're gonna get the crowbar someday. Today's not that day.
Sure.
You sure about that?
Have another drink?
Don't mind if I do.
As you were.
Beer is 15. Wine is 120.
120? No, I'll drink later.
I'll get a drink later.
You see, my class, where in the US.
Okay, that goes down. This is certainly a happening club. All of the happenings are here.
Man, they got a floor that lights up.
They do.
They got all you can drink coffee. I don't know. This club does seem kind of lame.
My favorite part is the very 90s like Weather Channel techno music.
You know, that's just what you need.
And now, Weather on the 8s.
Ugh.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes. My dad has reached the age where all he does is watch the Weather Channel.
Yeah. That's an interesting era in everyone's lives.
You're just like, oh, it's gonna snow. I'm like, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Couldn't have told that by looking outside. Gotta trust a guy with a master's degree to tell you the odds.
Strange, chat. Is anybody gonna respond to this alarm?
No, I think they're... I mean, considering who you are and the amount of violence, the casual violence that you've used in every step so far, I don't think that they really have much an option other than to just let you do what you want. Because I think largely everybody that you've interacted with has perished in some way. In some horrible manner.
Yeah.
Unless I'm mistaken.
Oh, no, they finally decided to show up.
Just took them a minute. They probably had to, like, pull straws. I mean, like, who's gonna deal with the guy? You know? Who's gonna deal with the guy? And the guy says, not it.
Yeah, that does sound like a question, doesn't it? Who's gonna deal with the guy?
They whisper dark rumors of the water cooler phantom.
One of them is stuck in the security gate. He got taken to the roof.
Well, he's busy. He's roof guy now.
I've reached the age where I don't watch TV at all. Fuck
That's
yeah,
fair.
man.
Like, that's entirely fair. You don't have to watch TV.
Yeah, no, 100%. Alright, I opened a vault somewhere. Grab some more Chunko honeys.
Gotta get that Chunko honey.
Ah, there we go. 200 credits. That was positively worth all of those officers' lives. Oh, God. I'm not worth your time, officer. God damn it, I am.
You're like, I'm not worth it. Oh.
Alright. I don't think that diversion was actually worth my time.
You must be Mac.
Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, you're very scary. Yeah, let me just hack your computer from across the desk. I'm very cyberpunk. Watch wow.
You're John A. Cyberpunk.
They call you John Cyberpunk.
The A stands for ah.
They means I. I call myself that.
Isaac is letting anybody back here these days.
Yeah, Isaac is. You should fire him. Uh-huh, I'm leaving. I've left the Lucky Money Casino and Resort.
How's it doing?
It's still a thing.
Is it now?
It is.
You haven't done anything wrong.
Nope.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not in the slightest.
Wow, there's a lot of cops here. At the police station. Oh, this is a store I cleaned out. Okay. God, I wish I had a lockpick just to see what's behind that door.
Well, you could go find one at some point.
I'm trying. I really am.
They're all gangsters.
Oh yeah, they're all gangsters, lady. Yeah, I remember now. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, no, see, I think that is glass, because it reflected me as I fell. Yep, VersaLife, whatever, mind the gap. I'm going to stat DJ Senton in a World of Darkness as an NPC now.
Please don't. That's gonna be insane.
69, 69. Nope, okay. Hold on. Tenochi Road. That sounds familiar. Is that where the big thing was? Is that where I'm supposed to be?
Not advisable for tourists to visit the canals.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck you. I'll kill you later. Nissan VersaLife. Mage the Ascension rules for DJ.
I would hope not.
Don't mind me.
I would really hope you guys didn't use Mage the Ascension rules. Mage the Ascension is you and the DM playing patty cake.
Lockpick. Okay. So how's that? Like, what's that look like?
What do you mean?
Playing patty cake with the DM.
So, in Mage, you'll say something like, okay, my character manifests this fireball. The problem is that in Mage, the whole world believes that magic isn't real. So you have to have a feasible mean by which to achieve your effect. So you'll say, oh, I manifest a fireball. And it's like, people aren't going to believe you. So you have to be like, oh, well, I'm going to make it look like there is a gas leak explosion. You can do magic, but you have to have a cover story for it.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
And if you don't, the magic is vulgar, and thus the universe corrects it. Which is not good.
Creating the fireball itself?
The universe corrects it by just usually making it bounce back onto you.
Yeah, okay, that's kind of what I figured. I found the tower. However, my escort, the maid, has disappeared. There's a bonsai tree on the floor. I feel like I've been here. Oh, datapad. This is a nice little bathroom.
How is it nice?
Well, you know, it was before I got here.
Are you gonna drink all the toilet or the shower water?
She's got lab flasks on the counter, which probably is not a good sign, right?
Miss Chow is not at home.
Yeah, you know, there's some people who do drugs in the bathroom, and there's some people who make drugs in the bathroom.
Miss Chow.
That's next level.
Sent me to the police station. Now I know she's hiding something, and I intend to find out what it is.
No, no, you are mistaken. Guards.
Who even are you? Well, that was dumb.
He's here somewhere.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. Never bring
No.
a maid to a knife fight.
You must be Max Chen.
My good.
Yeah, Max Chen. Hack your thing, and then go beat the piss out of the maid.
Yeah, go beat that person up.
Knife Maid, a Knife Fight City Lifetime original.
I hope not. Could you imagine if we had to make a Knife Fight City?
After Dark.
Could you imagine if we had to make a Knife Fight City movie, but the requirement was that it had to be on the Hallmark Network?
Oh no. Made to Murder, but spelled made.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there we go. That's the title.
All right, so what's it
No,
about?
call it Razor Clean, Made After Dark.
Okay, well, what's it about? Tell me the story.
Well, clearly she is an underworld assassin and bodyguard for her very evil boss. But she's also actually the maid. Like, they're like, oh yes, Agent 47. My cat puked on the carpet, right? And
Okay,
it's
so
a slice of life comedy about that that juxtaposition between the will to murder your boss and the desire to get a paycheck.
So it's an American story, really.
Yeah, yep. Just set in Hong Kong.
Set in Hong Kong. Okay, could we shoot it somewhere that looks like Hong Kong?
Oh, absolutely. We're shooting this in Toronto. They
In Toronto.
They give good tax breaks.
Yes, they do. Canada gives huge tax breaks for film. That's why everything, and I do mean everything, in Stargate looks like it was shot in British Columbia.
Yep. Strange that all
Reason.
these planets look like British Columbia.
Yep, it's because they're British Columbia.
Tourists to visit the canals.
So the police, with their auto shotguns, see a walking tank go like by them like RoboCop, and they go, "It's not advisable for a tourist to walk the streets at night."
You know, I just learned to shut up. I would. In this universe, I just learned to shut up. I'd be like, you know what? That person could be augmented and just be able to peel everyone apart.
Yeah, that person either knows what they're doing or they're about to find out.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna be ready for the maid this time. Which ginormous gun do I use?
I'm the good guy.
Old Faithful it is. Alright. It's servant season.
Yeah. She should never have.
No.
This seems bad. Oh, look, more cops.
Oh, these
Kinda.
aren't cops. These are corpo thugs. I guess.
Because you'd never kill the police, of course.
No, the police are, well, they're also in the way often enough, actually. I'm gonna have to drink a lot more orange soda for this.
I understand.
I killed the cat? God damn it!
I don't think anyone's gonna have any sympathy for your character.
No, I don't
I mean, you
think
can do
so
a lot
either.
of you can do a lot of things, but killing cats is
That's
not
the second
great.
one.
I don't think you're allowed to kill cats.
No, they don't like it.
Cats certainly don't.
Yeah, let's go ahead and hack the security terminal. Oh.
Hack the planet.
Oh, she's MJ12. We're on MJ12 net. See? I did the right thing.
MJ12 net.
Yeah. The secret net where, you know, they keep all the
secrets.
All the secrets. All the secrety secrets. I just opened a door somewhere. A secret door. With secrets. Secret door? Dude, can I... Fuck yeah, it's gonna get breezy in here. It's the meanest thing I can do is break out and upstairs when I've already been here. I can tell because the shower's running.
I love that that's how you can tell. You're like, I'm not a bad guy, but I know, you know, I've been here before. I'm like, oh, really?
It won't let me throw our dining chairs out the window. Ugh.
This isn't even America.
You want the police to have a legal reason to enter this super secret apartment? Best way to do that is to start dropping furniture on people from the 12th story.
You know, I think it'd be funny if you kept doing that and they kept not looking at it just because they knew you were there. And they were like, no.
No, it's that tall weird guy again.
They're like, no thanks. Not for me.
I don't think I want to deal with that. Thank you, though. Too heavy to lift.
I'm not saying you're a bad character, but you're certainly played by one.
Oh, that's not even the right one for this? Ugh. Hold on. Alright, and go! Oh, come on. The door strength isn't going down at all. Fine. I just have to drink my water and heal myself up. Do you add a jingly bell to your belt every time you murder a cat, or is it just a job perk?
You know, I'm not saying your character's a monster.
Drops an armoire on an orphan.
Yeah. What a shame. I'm just saying what your character would say.
Yeah, no, 100%.
What a shame. Do you have a single fact to back that up?
Sounds like not my problem. I didn't kill her, gravity did. Oh, God, these are annoying. There we go.
Greetings, J.C. Denton. I have been observing you through this fascinating device in your skull. You have found the proof we needed. The Dragon's Tooth Sword. There, inside the glass case. If you wish to be my ally, you will retrieve the sword and await my instructions.
BC Jenton.
BC Jenton. Do I have any notes that have told me what this is?
I love how you just have notes that you occasionally glance at and you're like, what am I doing? All right, murder.
Yeah, I read those, but they didn't. July 18, so 6/18? About 18/6, maybe they're European? No. And it's not triple O's. It's not 666.
Are we brute forcing things again?
I successfully brute forced one and you didn't notice.
It bothers me that you do this. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying it bothers me.
That was July, not June, wasn't it? Yeah,
Oh.
July. Oops, July's the 7th month.
Well, look. Sometimes it's about trying, right? You tried wrong.
There are only 1,000 possibilities. Exactly.
Good. Now take the sword to Max Chin at the Lucky Money Club. If you can make peace among the Triads, then perhaps I can help you in your
God, I'm gonna have to drop all these grenades. Make room for the glowy fucking lightsaber. I'm gonna kill so many cops with this. Yeah, and
Just replace normal sword with this sword. Upgraded sword, right?
I can't. I'm gonna
just
have
toss
to...
that away. You don't
No,
need that anymore.
I need 4 across.
4?
Yeah, so I'm going to have to get rid of either the plasma rifle or the Gep gun because I can't rotate. I suppose I could get rid of the shotgun. I mean, I find those fairly regularly, but that's my last, like, normal gun.
You have a 10mm handgun.
It's not a real gun.
You get more sword now.
I've got more sword now.
And the makers of Sword. Sword Plus. Now with the power of evil.
That's a long way down. I'm not going out that way. Hold on. They hate that, you know? Who the fuck is out? There it is. Let's see if the gate guard decides to try to fuck with me. You angry at me that I killed your boss?
Yeah, but your sword glows with light. It's
It
a
does.
saber of light. If only there was a word for that.
Yeah, well, that word is copywritten, so we don't use it.
Light stab.
The light stabber.
Yeah.
See, that sounds like a Knife Fight City answer.
The light stabber.
Yeah, it's a sword that's hooked up to like 5 car batteries. So that it just glows and tingles with ungrounded electricity.
The guy has to wear it on his back.
And he has to wear rubber galoshes.
He has an Alice pack on his back that has like thick cables running to this sword.
Mm-hmm.
And when he turns it on, you can't hear the dialogue.
Yep. Oh shit, I was supposed to go to the Lucky Money, yes.
Yes, the lucky money.
And give them the demon sword. He has to use a ripcord to turn it on. Yeah, see, this is just an evolution of my idea of the guy that you guys beat up in the fucking Traveler game that tried to escape the station.
Well, that was his problem. He shouldn't have done that.
No,
he was a bad
shouldn't have.
guy. He was a bad dude.
I'll kill you later.
He tried not to pay for fuel. That's illegal. So we handled him.
Is that so?
We handled him.
Never destroyed. It was stolen, and she is.
I think that's normal.
Yeah, you handled him, and then while unconscious, you vented him.
For a group called Majestic 12. She's
Yeah.
you and the Red Arrow
What
for
about
her
it?
ends.
No, you must be mistaken.
Think about it.
Look, I don't make the rules in space. I just work there, right?
The luminous path, and then what next? The Triads are weakened, and an outside group seizes power. Sound far-fetched?
I killed a maid for this.
Panzer Fan asks, where would the Osama bin Dolphin story have gone in the Traveler game?
So I had a couple of planets. If you guys had stuck to the less scenic route. Oh God. Is that supposed to happen? Who did you guys shoot? Oh, Jesus Christ. Who the fuck are those people?
Oh no.
We'll get a good look at you. I put him face down. Never mind.
Time for you to go.
You led them here. You should have been
Yeah,
more
you
careful.
did your part.
Okay.
By that I mean you killed him.
Okay, so Osama bin Dolphin. There would have been... Is that a robot? No, that's a chair. There would have been a planet that was one of the home planets that Bobby Ann would have accepted for you to go to. Oh god, they're running around like fucking Mirelurks in Fallout 3.
The guards. Why did...
Oh, good lord, they've got Gep gun arms.
They're not good people.
Now, why don't I get Gep ammo for them?
Because they used them all, I guess.
Okay. So, yes, the planet that Bobby Ann was trying to get you to take him to. He would have encountered an issue where the, essentially the... It's hard to think with that alarm.
It's alright,
East
I've got
India
alarm
Company.
on my end. Train.
Oh, yes, the train. The East India Company, like the English East India Company, was trying to take the planet for resources. And Osama bin Dolphin was the militant arm of the resistance. There was also a diplomatic arm that you could have used. The entire purpose of which was essentially to do the Operation Satanique, if you are familiar with that.
Yeah.
Where French commandos attacked Greenpeace and sank their ship.
Yep, the reason why nuclear reactors and nuclear anything are not allowed in the waters of New Zealand.
Yep.
Because of the French Navy.
Because of the French Navy. So, yeah, that would have... Greenpeace also would have been a faction there, vying for control, which is why I had the Greenpeace ship art and the APC art, if you remember those.
That's insane.
And so, yeah, that's where I was trying to go with that one, but you guys weren't interested in helping Bob, so...
We also misjumped. It wasn't about interest at that point.
Yeah.
That was just reality.
That was a misjump. So I get to keep the sword?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, that guy didn't take it. He was just like, oh, you led them here, you monster, or whatever. Which, you know, fair reaction. 100%, I'm with you, buddy, but... There's gotta be a way to rotate things.
This is an era before that was invented.
Are you sure?
This was an era before rotation, you know, was a thing. Now enjoy your popsicle, your electric popsicle.
I really want the shotgun too. I've got the room, I just don't have the... Yeah, so that really not very skillful retelling is how that all would have tied together. Sorry that I'm distracted right now, so I didn't tell it in a very good way.
You told it in a reasonable enough way. You told it better than how we played it.
Who are you? $1709, bypass code inside the shaft.
So House Tremere wants to know how the Dolphins would fight.
Well, so the Dolphins are uplifted. And it would have been Dolphins and whales. So they have little, like, armor suits in canon. You can look this up. They've got little armor suits with anti-grav jets for mobility and tiny little manipulator arms. So I was going to give them one step further, which is power armor. Like Fallout-style power armor.
Oh, no. No.
Yeah,
so
Operation Satanique. Satanique. That is the French operation to sink Greenpeace.
So what you're telling me is that we would have had this jihadi dolphin.
Mm-hmm.
And he would have been like, you guys should help me out.
Yeah. He would have been the less reasonable of the two options to work with.
The less reasonable.
But probably more fun.
Well, I mean, that is typically why we do go the way we go.
Yeah,
you know?
So, you know, you've got, you know, Whale Ben Franklin like, oh, we can talk this out. And you've got Osama bin Dolphin like, I've got explosives.
Yeah, I would have backed the Dolphin.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, he sounds like he's got a plan.
Yeah, uplifted giant squid and power armor. We could have had a lot of really interesting stuff happen. Honestly, I had a lot more planned that we ran out of time for. we realized that the game had been going on for a lot longer than kind of I thought it would. So.
Well, I mean, that happens when you're playing games with your friends.
Yeah. And if it was just, fuck around with friends kind of thing, then sure, we'll let it go on for 3 years, and eventually we'll get wherever we're going. But...
It was stolen, and she is the one who stole it.
Uh-huh, yep.
There must be a...
Perhaps you...
What is it?
Marty at the door said we have trouble. Soldiers coming in. She said that was some kind of mech.
MJ-12.
You know, I am curious. Like... That game could have gone in so many weird places.
Oh, 100%. I was specifically trying to just give you guys a bunch of really weird places to go with it and see where you took it.
Well, we took it. I mean, we did our part.
Because that is Travelers. You've got all these opportunities. You've got one of the most wide open settings that you can have. So why not take advantage of it? You know, I had the supplement in the event that you guys wanted to go be pirates. I had all the Pirates of Drenax stuff that you gave me so that we could play that out.
We never really figured out how to be pirates, mainly because we were incredibly incompetent. Most of our missiles didn't work.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Fuck yeah, that's a nice Weaver stance with that little silent 10 mil. I'm gonna get in here, okay? I guess I'm not. Never mind. No, let me out of the keypad. It says it's unlocked, but it also says it's secure.
It's Schrodinger's keypad. It's both.
Dude, she had some wine on her.
She's gonna have a nice day.
Well, she was before she was killed by MJ-12 troopers.
You know, I mean, not everyone gets to be a hero. Not everyone gets to be an astronaut.
Yeah. Soda.
That's my favorite brand, to be honest.
Yeah.
For being honest. Soda.
Soda. Somehow I don't think alcohol's gonna fix this. Let me go ahead and save before they kill me again. See, now the music kind of fits. Alright, I think I have to go out that front door. So, does this count as me, you know, doing the good?
Doing the good.
Because, you know...
Well, you're not actively doing the bad. I mean...
Yeah, there it's at. God.
That's kind of relative, ain't it? Am I doing the good? Well...
I told the Triad that, there's MJ-12's manipulating him, and he's like, oh, that's interesting. And I'm like, oh yeah, but I led the secret society straight to your front door, and your club's now under attack.
Yeah.
So...
By the MJ-12 cyber monsters.
Yeah, that's like a wash, right?
I think that has probably curtailed their plans for the rest of the day. If not the year.
Yeah, right? Like, surely this is fucking something up for him.
I'm sure they'll get an insurance settlement out of it.
Do you get insurance settlements on, we murdered all your schoolgirl dancer hits?
I'm just gonna say that, if MJ-12 raids your place...
Cyber day drinking.
Yeah, if MJ-12 raids your house, I think you get something for it.
You think so? I think that would be like an act of government.
Oh, so you're saying that they would just get away with it?
Yeah, I think that they would come up with a way for that not to be their problem.
I mean, that's fair. I just don't have to like it.
Oh yeah, let's turn off all these cameras. We don't need those. If he was Muslim, I want to see how that dolphin points towards Mecca.
That would be interesting.
It's a good point. I hadn't considered that.
Does the dolphin sing the Nasids? Does he dun 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 dun? You know.
Yeah. No, that was an opportunity to get Zenith to do really, really nutty art for me.
That is always the fun part of having an artist.
Yeah.
When you can just
totally
make something that shouldn't be and feel no shame in it.
Yeah, I don't need thermoptic or ballistic armor.
Nowadays, kids just use that AI art to do it.
Yeah, you know, that was something before AI art. Where did all the cops go?
There was a time before the AI art where shit posts were hand-drawn, I tell you what.
They, with love and care.
Bespoke shit posts.
Yeah, 110%. What are you gonna do? Call the cops? They're all dead. Can't even imagine that this game was on PS2. Yeah, this is pretty impressive.
It's a big game with a lot of replay and a lot of things to do.
You found a candy bar. I like how he says it like, ooh, candy.
He likes candy.
So I guess the, you know, the MJ-12 troopers, they just forgot about me?
They do that sometimes. Sometimes they're very clumsy and forgetful, you know?
They're like, oh darn, he got away.
Everybody get on the floor or something.
They're not gonna look very hard.
See, you're a named character, but what was that? That's all I get out of Mercedes, the named character?
I totally said.
But her name was Mercedes. She's very fancy.
Very fancy. Like the car. You know, I'm beginning to suspect that might not be her real name.
What? Years ago when I was working in dispatch, one of the dispatch dudes came up with an observation after taking a call, completely unrelated to the subject matter, I assure you. And he said, why is it that all the exotic dancers are named after mustard? And I said, what? And he says, Dijon, honey. And I said, well, what about Stone Ground? And she goes, she's had a hard life.
Oh. Poor Stone Ground.
Coming up center stage, Stone Ground.
What would she dance to?
The chicken dance.
I told you I got sent to the principal's office for not doing the chicken dance once, right? The only time I was in trouble in school.
That's insane.
I was in second grade, and it was the dancing part of gym. And they, we did the electric slide, we did, the cha-cha,
you sound so enthused telling
the Macarena, and then, to finish it all off, a fun one, they wanted to do the chicken dance, and I, 7-year-old me said, no, I won't do that. And they said, why? And I said, it's too childish. It's beneath me. And they sent me to the fucking principal's office.
How droll.
I was a very serious 7-year-old. Everybody else is doing the chicken dance, and I go, it's beneath me. And some kids stop, and they're like, go to the principal's office.
The music just skips. There was no joviality that day. Chicken Dance canceled.
Have you heard of the Deus Ex VR project? I have not.
That sounds horrifying.
That sounds really, really awesome. 1997. Play VR, it's scary.
It is.
Okay, but I'm better at it now.
Really?
Vaguely.
I was gonna say that's a bold statement.
I've actually been screwing around trying to get Trepang to work in VR.
Which one's that?
That's the one that's kind of fearish. You play a super soldier with no memory that wakes up in the bottom of a lab and you fight your way out. The story really doesn't matter, but it's got bullet time. So the bullet time segments play kind of like Super Hot VR.
I've never played Super Hot VR, but I have played Super Hot.
Chinese silver loaves. Oh, that's an actual recipe. Nice.
All right, start stealing.
Oh, I'm thieving.
Got my thieving pants on.
What's in the pot? Nothing's in the pot. That's what. Fuck you, man. He doesn't seem very impressed that I stole his pot.
While you are here, observe the laws of the...
I will do no such thing. I'm looking for Tracer Tong. I don't think you guys are them. Nope. So I assume he looks different.
You must
Yeah,
have won great
nope.
favor with the dragon head.
Riot Prod? If I recall, that wasn't very good.
No, it wasn't. It did less than 0. It was really not good.
Okay. Swear to God, he was supposed to be down here somewhere. Gold's notes. In a laboratory below the Luminous Path compound, there's a secret entrance in the sparring room. Okay.
Secret entrance, you say?
Is the door code here also 1997? If it is, I'm gonna have to, like, beat your security guy. Oh, good lord. Alright. We're getting somewhere. We're cooking with gas now.
I wouldn't trust you to cook with electric.
You know, electric burns pretty easy.
You must be JC.
It do.
We'll see you now.
Secret.
Secret?
Secrets are important. I'll be right back.
Where is he?
Mr. Tong, you knew my brother Paul Denton.
Yes, a reliable man. So your kill switch has been activated.
I feel fine, but it's been over 16 hours.
See how easily our technologies turn on us? The more power you think you have, the more quickly it slips from your hands.
Can you do something about it?
That will depend.
4-digit code entry DM, exclusive to the world of cyber whatever.
I never pass up the chance to try a new blade, but I fear at the crucial moment I may lift up my arm to strike and you will twist free of my grasp.
In other words, I'll owe you a favor.
Indeed, as we
Why couldn't you just say that?
A man of much useful knowledge. He arrived in Hong Kong shortly after you did. I was forced to keep him in custody until I could verify his identity and his loyalties.
I returned.
I assume he checked out.
I believe he is sincere. Now, go down the stairs to the operating platform, and I will examine your systems.
You're just gonna let anybody poke around in your head, DJ?
DJ Sinton.
Yeah, no, I've been playing a little bit of Tactical Assault VR. Now that that has gotten some time in the oven, it is really, really well done for what it is.
How so?
Really smooth. Doesn't care that my computer's currently a potato. Or that I'm running an original HTC Vive.
It's alright.
How do I
We're just gonna sneak around.
How do I step into the chamber?
The chamber?
Do I just, like, fall? No. Okay. Where do I go from here, Mr. Tong? Oh, in here. Okay, fine.
Your character is just yelling and screaming and flailing his arms.
Complete your business and then go.
Yeah, no, that's 110% what I would be doing. Just screaming into the void like, fine, okay. The door's here, I just missed it.
Stay right there.
No, I don't want to. I'm not going to stay where you tell me. Am I messing up
Fuck
your CT
you.
scan? Oh, yeah.
I won't do what you tell me. You probably are.
You know, this is just a CT scan. Like, it's even making the same noises. It didn't last nearly long enough.
It's the future, Deb. They have future CT.
Yeah, future CT. Ah, see, you made hurty noises, but it didn't hurty your health.
You have remarkably good health.
Strange.
Considering how insane your character is, yes.
Soy. Ballistic armor, no. Plasma rifle. Can I get a plasma clip? Yeah.
You're like, I'm a hero.
I am. Have you seen me recently?
You have a sword.
Look at all the ammo I've got.
Heroes have this many swords.
Heroes have a lot of swords.
That's what Chinese history has taught me.
But I got rid of one.
That's it.
A simple switch.
Well, you had to get rid of it to get the better sword.
Your friend informed me.
Something has to be sacrificed in order to have something gained. I mean, that's just historical legend requirements, you know?
Yeah, no, 110%.
Quick and Chen declared a truce just a few minutes
You
ago.
can't just
Did
make
they
stuff
declare
up.
truce?
But it won't hold. Not with the sword left to be fought over.
I think they'll be slow to anger with Maggie Chow out of the picture.
No. In their system, the sword is a doomsday weapon, a temptation. We must recover the ramen coating from VersaLife and make it available to both triads.
Why?
So that's all you expect in the way of a favor? A little corporate espionage?
The first of many favors. Remember, I saved your life.
No, let's not get too hasty here.
Elevator north of the market will
You didn't
require
save my
your
life,
number.
you saved my brain.
06288.
You're just like, well, technically. It's just my brain.
You will find him receptive. He is the corrupt official who sold the Red Arrow the technology to begin with.
I'll find the ramen coating, but I'm not your henchman. I'll help you as long as we have a mutual interest.
How does Tong's jacket buckle down the middle and across the breast? So I think that's a vent, so like when he gets sweaty, he could undo those for ventilation. It's like zip off, you know, hiking pants, but a shirt.
Feel free to use the machine in my office.
You know, he unbuttons it and he can just turn it into a cutoff.
Why?
It's the shirt equivalent of a Daisy Duke.
Ugh. Don't say that. Now I can't unsee it. He's like, gotta let my nipples free.
Oh God.
This is indeed bad.
It's so moist. DJ Stenton and Daisy Dukes would be a war crime. Yeah.
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 It would not be a good time. That's for certain.
Alright, I gotta run to the VersaLife thingy.
VersaLife, from the makers of Normal.
So I watched Defunct Land, their newest thing on Kid Cities.
Oh, yeah.
And oh boy, I went to Exchange City, and it was a doozy.
Yeah?
That was Kansas City area. You know, our school went. Yeah, so a lot of what he says in there is very, very true about the experience. Children are just absolutely unhinged, and when you put them in charge of things, things happen. Did they prep you for capitalism, TM? Sort of. So I was the bank manager, and my clerk kept running off to go spend time with his girlfriend at one of the shops. I think they sold candy. So nobody could cash their checks, and payroll didn't go out on time, so everybody was in like major debt. And
like we had an economic crisis.
Again, I'm a very serious, at that time, like 9-year-old. So I'm wearing a 3-piece suit as the bank manager, and I'm trying to do all these jobs because nobody is helping me, and I'm just in flat-out panic.
That's great.
Yeah. Exchange City.
So, for those people who don't know and maybe didn't watch Defunct Land, could you explain?
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
sorry, Exchange City. So there was a thing in the 70s through the 2000s that various cities around the country had these like fake little towns that were meant to teach kids how to be adults. So you would show up, you would start a business, you would make a sign for it, try to sell products with fake monopoly money, and then balance your books for the business and work with the bank for loans and all this sort of stuff. The entire thing was supposed to be educational, and they hyped it up. Like, from first grade, you were told about how awesome the Exchange City trip's gonna be and how you have to work really hard for it, but it's a reward. And then before you went, there was like a month-long, like, here's how you balance a checkbook, here's how you do taxes. Like, they went all out, and we're doing it all without calculators because you're not going to have a calculator with you when you grow up, right?
Yeah, I remember my teachers saying that.
Yep. So they did interviews. They chose who was going to be mayor. The video says that was elected. I don't recall that being an election, but who knows?
Restaurants buy their meats from
Yeah. Fine restaurants, whatever. Where am I going? I'm going to VersaLife. So once the mayor and the vice mayor had been chosen, they began doing interviews themselves for every other position. And I wanted to be the police officer. But they gave it to another person whose mom was a cop, which I thought was not very fair. And they made me the bank manager because, and I quote, I seemed good at math. Which I was, but ow. Ow.
Imagine if there was a Wells Fargo, right? And you find a guy who's a bank manager, and they're like, "How do you get your job?"
He's standing there
like,
in a pinstripe 3-piece gray wool suit.
And he's like, "I seemed good at math at the time."
So they gave me the job.
Right.
Yeah. No, the police officer position, I don't recall anybody being thrown in jail. I don't think there even was a jail. She could just ticket you for things like walking on the carpet that was supposed to be grass. Yeah, there was a like 90% of people were just told to start a business. Like that was the main job that they were doing. So there's a bunch of businesses, but nobody's got any money, so all the businesses are failing, and nobody's got any money because the bank can't get its shit out on time.
It sounds like a Soviet, like, bank run, where they're just like, well, they told them all to be capitalists, and why does no one have any money?
So, yeah, no, it was just a cascade failure of the bank system, which caused like, it accurately simulated an economic crisis. It was interesting, yeah.
That's great.
Time is wasted doing math in your head. I don't know. I mean, you do some math in your head, and it's faster than pulling out the phone or whatever.
I don't know, man. Working gunsmithing has taught me that all the manufacturers lie. You know, because they'll say this is the tolerance for this part, and I always be like, no, it's not. Then I get out the calipers and measure it. And I'm like, and it's off.
Well, so there's the tolerance on paper, and then there's the machinist tolerance.
The only thing to ever come out of a factory that was a gun that was within spec from the factory was a Glock. Yeah. They're all exactly the same.
But they've got their manufacturing down.
Yeah, but I'm saying in every other case, I'll just be like, these are supposed to be part swappable. They're not.
Where the fuck is the little VersaLife thing? God damn it. There's Tracer Tong's compound. Yeah, like, no, I worked as a machinist for a while, and I'll tell you, there's some stuff that went out the door that really shouldn't have. Like, stuff that I put out for QC, because I'm like, this does not meet your stated quality. And the QC guy goes and looks at it, and he goes, and sends it.
Yeah, that sounds about normal to me.
And we worked on everything from aerospace to lawnmowers.
So you love watching Crash Investigation.
Uh-huh.
You're like, I did that.
Yeah. I've never been interviewed by the FAA or, NTSB, so I think I'm fine. But, yeah, no, like, they were not... Tupperware superior. Every issue rifle being unique is a feature, not a flaw.
Yeah.
There's the Canal Road. There's Old China Hand or whatever. Lucky Money. Yes, Lucky Money. Take me to Lucky Money. That is the direction I need to go.
Look around.
There it is. VersaLife. Okay. What was the thing? I imagine Depp doing the "Oh no" line from Planet of the Apes while being that bank manager.
That was
6280.
I just love the idea of a kid city because there's no way in hell you could get a bunch of kids to be more adult than adults.
Oh, no, no.
Because adults are dysfunctional. Why would kids not be? Because they're just little people.
Yeah, oh yeah, they're just little people. Little people whose hand fits in that machine, mine doesn't. Just because you could buy a calculator didn't mean you'd always have it on you. Nowadays, there's a calculator app on every smartphone. The ability doesn't equate to always on. So Depp worked for Boeing. I did not. I never worked for Boeing. It will fly once and then meet the ground very fast. Every ship can be a submarine once. Yeah, 100%. You guys got the idea.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds reasonable.
No, we work for like a subcontractor of a subcontractor of a subcontractor kind of thing. So
that's typically how it goes with machine shop stuff. It'll be like, you make the retaining pins or the paper clips that hold the reports written by the big people together.
Welcome to VersaLife. We make tomorrow look like yesterday. How can I help?
What does that mean? We make tomorrow look like yesterday.
He's upstairs making his rounds. Look for a man in a black suit.
What do most corporate things mean? I couldn't tell you. Most corporate stuff is just insanity.
What if we made a little business town thing for kids? Just read Lord of the Flies. It'll be amazing. Just watch. So
what if we had a BPL Model UN? There's a better idea. That would be less chaotic.
That would be less chaotic, generally.
I thought about actually writing a Model UN for the BPL and the Ox.
I'm going to tell you, Exchange City was just pure chaos.
It's swell to miss a day of work, but they bloody hell better push back the delivery.
I'm sure.
I know I won't be done.
They'll understand.
I mean, I'm sure.
Dibs on the DPRNK.
Yeah. People are like, I want to be North Korea.
In the suits with grey skin, eyes tattooed on the backs of their necks.
Oh my god.
Tanks to make them so uptight.
That is the worst accent I've heard in like 20 minutes in this game.
Mr. Hundley, shift supervisor. Who might you be?
I'm contracting this month. Quite a facility you have here.
Thank you, thank you.
Heck's even better idea. Have the NSDM people run a scenario for the BPL.
No, I'm afraid not.
Did I mention how a friend of mine used to pronounce Deus Ex as Deuce Sex?
Tune of what?
We've nicknamed Deus Ex as Do the Sex ever since.
Sure.
Excellent.
That's insane.
6512.
But amusing.
Thanks.
My honored.
Alright, so I just paid my way in. Nice. 6512 elevator code. Got it. Now I'm gonna hack the computer.
I'm gonna hack the planet.
I've been a CNC machinist for 15 years, and tolerances are based on what kind of week I was having. Yeah, 100%. You know, I worked Morisiki vertical mills primarily, 4000 and 5000 series. Was getting into programming and setting up jobs on them when I actually left that position. It was a good time, you know. I liked working with my hands. I hated my pores being filled with rust and my snot being black and feeling like I was dying all the time. But
no one will notice you.
It's never fun.
No, we refused to do maintenance as a company. We just ran the machines until they broke. Which is not... So every shop has that problem where... Where's the door code? Every shop has that problem where they're trying to schedule it for so much work that there's no time for maintenance. But we especially had that problem, where we were... Even running at maximum capacity, we were behind constantly on jobs and getting hassled by our administration saying, oh, you're behind, we're going to have to do this, we're going to have to do that. Go on up, there's... What do you mean?
Don't worry about it, Taya. We're very near back.
Is this the security code I bought a thing to? 6512. No, this is not the one. Where did I buy a code to? Yeah, no, Moris are fucking awesome machines. But we treated them like shit. Like, they were Morisickies, and we were treating them like a 99 Honda Civic, man. Yeah, we'd run it until it broke, and then we'd pay $30,000 to have them rebuild it, and then we'd run it till it broke again. You know, we had probably 8 inches of sludge at the bottom of each of the coolant tanks because we didn't even exchange coolant out. Yeah, we did not have a maintenance guy for a while because he quit and they decided, nah, fuck it, we don't need to hire that position. It costs money. How do we save money right now?
Most small businesses will typically do stuff like this and then go, why am I losing money?
Yeah. You know, how can I save money now? Do you know one of their great ideas to save money now?
Oh, let's hear it.
They started paying their rent late.
Oh.
Because if they put it off 3 days, it doesn't fall on this period, and it looks like they made an extra $10,000 this month. And then that's really keep remarkable. Doing that. Yeah. So they were on the verge of losing that property because they'd been paying the rent late for like a year and a half when I left.
That sounds like really smart thinking.
So we had Morisicki's. That was one end where we had like, you know, the Cadillac of vertical mills. And then we also had machines that had been in constant operation since the 40s. We had one of the only broach machines that's operational in the country. It was built in 1941. Its entire purpose is to make holes in things without a lathe. It makes square hole, not round hole, right? So the way it would do that is our casting would have a hole started in it, and it would take a like 2-inch wide saw blade and slowly drag it through this part to cut the square shaped hole or whatever keyhole or whatever we needed in it. That's what we primarily used it for, was keyholes on hubs for everything from fucking Mosier parts on down to lawnmowers. Yeah, I made, for a period of 2 years, I made every Mosier rear end because we did all their machining for them. So there are NASCAR cars that ran rear ends that I machined, which is kind of cool. But Mr. Deputy, that sounds like a pyramid scheme, but with only one person. Yeah, that's kind of the way that the owner ran it. I ran a Harding turret lathe once, built in 45. Lathes are both oddly satisfying to use and absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, especially when you see the workplace accident films.
Oh, yeah.
Those things just remove arms.
A lot of machines I've worked on as an apprentice were built in former Soviet countries that do not exist anymore. See, that is interesting. I've seen a really horrific Soviet machine once that had one drive shaft, and it was running a planer, a saw blade, and a jointer all at once on one axle.
I actually used an East German lathe once to turn a barrel because I was like, well, the customer had an actual SVD, and we had to turn a barrel for it, and I was like, oh god, I'm gonna have to do some math. Because, you know, metric versus inch pattern. Yeah. And the guy I worked for had an East German lathe. And I was like, what?
Yeah, so naturally, you've got to use the Kami on the Kami.
Oh, yeah. It made a lot of smoke.
I believe that.
I was told that is normal.
Reminds me of Armageddon. American equipment, Russian equipment, no difference. All made in Taiwan. God, where's...
Hope you find who you were looking for.
You're not helpful. That'd be unsettling. You go, hope you find who you're looking for to a guy, and his eyes glow at you, and then shut off, and then glow again, and then he turns away.
I don't like that. Yeah, I'll admit, I would be the first guy to say no thanks. I'd just be like, I'm out.
Nope. One ain't for me, dog.
Too rich for my blood.
Alright, maybe it's up here. Maybe I just went past it. At Tex, I can turn a barrel on any lathe as long as I have a spider gear chuck on the backside of the spindle.
Oh, sure. This is one of those shops where there were a lot of bold ideas, but not a lot of money. So we had what we had, you know.
6512. No, let me edit the keypad.
I was like, hey, could we get an X? No, we're buy one.
A lot of them were made in Czechoslovakia, very industrial and functional, but they worked every time, just had to keep them lubricated. Yeah, no, the Czechs, even under communist rule, the Czechs were rather effective at what they did. Their weapons, except the CZ-52, were well thought out. I don't like that.
You the one they just cleared for level 1?
Yeah, that's me.
You are welcome to stroll around the laboratories, but respect the work that we do here. Your security pass can be canceled with no warning.
I've looked forward to this for a long time.
Security is watching through the cameras. If you caused...
Yes, sir, I'll try.
I didn't find anything.
You're just standing there with your lighted sword. Not a lightsaber, but a lighted sword. You know?
Yeah.
Just standing there.
Please close the doors before anybody notices him.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh, God. They really don't notice who I am?
Maybe they're choosing not to. Have you thought about that?
Hear that? Nothing. Must have been a glitch.
Well, that's comforting. With a guy that looks like a malformed Pokemon. Let's see. Oh yeah, I found the dragon's tooth. Oh look, security isn't looking that closely. Yes sir, I'll try. Lightsaber noises.
I'm a Jedi. I'm a Jedi slurs the Jedi.
So, if you ever want a good time, Netflix now has like the opportunity to listen to or watch shows at reduced speed.
Oh no.
Stuff like Cold Case Files at 0.75 speed, especially if it's somewhere in the South. Oh God, it is a good time. They're hilarious. You've got the down-home police officer. He's like, oh yeah, you know, that body was stabbed 83 times. And he's already kind of a slow talker, and he's got that cadence to him. You slow it down by a third, and it's magical.
I can imagine. So he's just like, well, you know. Yeah, my favorite was taking lectures of like turbo smart people, turbo smart PhDs like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Okay.
That take really complex things and dumb them down for you and I.
Yeah.
Just incredibly complex things. One of my favorite things to do is to take one of their lectures on YouTube and put it at like 60%.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Yes, I'm a lord.
No, he sounds incredibly stoned when he does it. He's like, you know, space. And I'm like, yes.
Yep. Restroom. Nope, I don't see any secret doors in the restroom.
It's really a...
That sounds like, how did your person go to jail? I was looking for a secret door in the restroom. Did you find it?
Suspicious.
Told Miss Chow, tissue augmentation. It's not a matter of twiddling bits.
I can't carry any more of those. Oh, he's got a flamethrower.
Focused on tools.
In principle, yes, I agree.
The older scientists
Left the fridge open. Your day pass visitor runs into the staff office, steals a bunch of food, leaves the door open, runs away.
That's normal.
Starts listening to voicemails.
Our work on Fitjof Kefra.
Yeah, that's normal. That's very normal. These people are very accommodating. Also, I don't see any armrests on their chairs, so these people are not good people.
No. Well, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't like armrests if I'm in uniform because my duty belt hangs up on them. Maybe they just have...
And try to read my mind.
Oh,
The
Jesus.
sharing of data between departments should be automatic.
VersaLife did not
Maybe they
achieve
just got a
one
bunch of
first
clunky stuff that, you know,
explosive
catches.
R&D materials.
We work
Clunky
in the
stuff,
same
huh?
building.
Clunky stuff, yeah.
Like what?
Like a duty belt. You know, these definitely seem like the kind of people that have an evil duty belt.
An evil duty belt.
Uh-huh, a bat belt, as it were.
Ah, yes, that's right. The armrests get caught on their polygons.
Oh, yes. We've got to put the chair up for the cleaning crew. They're going to have to, probably shampoo the carpet after I'm done. Yes. Very, very scary. Good man.
This is the armory.
How is this? Thank you for informing me. Let me just shut off the cameras real fast. Don't worry, don't mind me.
I'm a normal person. I do normal person things.
I'm still wearing their uniform, aren't I?
I think that they've largely just decided not to bother you. You know, for the sake of, well, what they're, you know, they're living.
Why do you need a weapon?
Yeah, I would agree.
They've probably just been like, you know what? Every time we talk to this guy, he kills us. So what if we don't?
What if we just pretend he's a normal guy?
That's a bold idea.
Well, okay. How about we call it a night here before we get into anything too stupid, because we are approaching 3 hours.
We are approaching 3 hours, so later tonight there will be Farm Sim Friday. If you want to join the Ox, the Black Pants Legion Auxiliary, do an exclamation point Discord on any of our chats, and you'll find the link right there, and you can enjoy the hell out of it, because we enjoy it. And, yeah, be nice to each other. And thank you for tuning in.
Yep, that was a pleasure. We'll do this more. Cool. See you guys.
See ya.